Justin Williams sucks. And good night. There we go. That's the intro. All right. What's up, guys? Tukey here back again. This is Rebuilding Hockeytown live on Twitch. But right here on the YouTubes. The Red Wings are back in the postseason. What's going to happen? Without Taylor Hall, though. Without Taylor Hall, what is this team capable of? That is the question. Maybe a bit weak on paper. But still good enough to get the job done, I'd like to think. Of course, the only injury we have heading into the postseason is Toby Comrie, who is out for the rest of the year. Brent Perron in the lineup as we prepare for our first round matchup against the lowly New York Islanders. Which means, because I just insulted them, they will probably sweep us. In 3 games, no less. We won't even play the 4th game. We'll just forfeit. We'll focus, for sure, though, on winning and hitting the right buttons on the menu, too. That would be helpful. Anyway, let's take a look at what we're up against. They still have John Tavares, clearly. And we'll see what his supporting cast is looking like. So there you go, Islanders fans. Be happy. John Tavares is still on this team, at least up to this point. What are we up against? First thought, looking at that lineup, well-rounded, but I don't know how scared I am. Top line, Michael Dowcole with John Tavares himself and Joshua Ho-Sang. So I'm glad to see the Islanders finally decided to build from within. Second line, you have Kiefer Bellows with Vincent Trocheck and Kasperi Kapanen. So again, not too bad. Third line, Josh Bailey with Ryan Kujawinski. Glad to see you got work, buddy. You're welcome. And Nick Baptiste, also glad to see you kept work. I mean, they got the old Detroit connection there. So that's good. Old faces, but we're going to have to kick you out of the postseason, pals. And Torsten Backstrom, a grinder with Nick Bjugstad and Anthony Beauvillier on the fourth line. So again, pretty well-rounded team as far as like elite level players we have to worry about. Pretty much only Tavares, but we will see what happens. On defense, I forgot. Didn't we play them last year? We played them last year, and I already forgot what their team looks like. They might as well be the Junior Red Wings. So many of our former players. It's ridiculous. You have Baptiste, you have Kujawinski. On defense, Sylvain Roulou, Daniel Brickley. We didn't have Bankston in the series, but of course we had Dennis Cholowski as well. Absolutely ridiculous. Someone just mentioned Backstrom. Yeah, not bad. Pretty well-rounded for a defender. It's kind of surprising they have him on the left wing. Better defender than Bjugstad. But anyway, the defense, Sylvain Roulou, as we knew, would turn into the top 2 defenseman that he currently is. We had to get rid of him. It had to happen, but I'm still all right with who we have on defense. He's on that top pairing with Ryan Pulock. Second pairing, Daniel Brickley. Again, we knew he'd be a decent player. He was supposed to... I don't care how it's pronounced. I don't care. And with Daniel Brickley, someone who I thought would be a staple of this series, and of course that didn't happen just based on other trades and acquisitions we made. He's on that second pairing with Lucas Bankston, who is still one hell of an offensive threat, and Dennis Cholowski on the third pairing with Ville Polka. The polka dots. The goaltender, thankfully, is not Niinimaa. It is Eamon McAdam, 86 overall with Linus Soderstrom as the backup. Injured players, Nick Leddy, who I think was injured last year too when we played this series, and Vincent Milou-Aulette. I butchered that. Milou-Aulette? I don't care. He's French. Casey Cizikas, though, is a healthy scratch. Should we beat them? I'd like to think so. Is there a good chance that we lose? Probably. It seems like the type of team McAdam will probably just stand on his goddamn skull and steal this series. There's only one way to find out, though. Let's do this. Let's not waste any more time. It is game 1 against the Islanders. We, of course, have home ice advantage. Let's see what happens. First period. Didn't go all that well now, did it? We outshot them 11-5, but John Tavares scores, and that's not quite ideal. But we do have plenty of time to turn it around. Second period. That's better. Still not great, but better. Benoit Giroux and Rasmus Dahlin give us the 2-1 lead. Kiefer Bellows, though, tied it 57 seconds later. We're tied at 2 goals apiece as we begin the third period. Can the Islanders achieve their goal of winning at least one game on the road here in these first 2 games? I certainly hope not. Might be possible, though. We are halfway through the third. Power play opportunity, please. Oh, my God. How did we not score? That was like a 5-minute power play. Oh, my God. Minutes ago, and we are going to overtime. I thought they'd get the late goal. We are going to overtime. As I always say, don't blink, you might miss it. It's probably going to end quickly. Overtime in game 1. Who's it going to be? And for what team? Another power play opportunity for the Red Wings. 5-on-3 in overtime. We deserve to lose. Are you kidding me that we didn't score on that? We deserve to lose. Go ahead. Kiefer Bellows, John Tavares. Somebody score for them, please. We deserve to lose. I don't want to win. If we can't score with that much power play time. Jesus. Double overtime. We're out shooting them 44-27. What the hell did I just say? McAdam could stand on his head and steal this series, and already here in game 1, that's what it's looking like. Double overtime. It's going to end quickly. And, oh, god damn it. I can't even be happy. Rasmus Dahlin scores 50 seconds into the second overtime. We win it 3-2. But god damn, how did we not score with that much power play time? Dahlin's your first star of the game with 2 goals, 26 saves for Demko. How was McAdam not the first star of the game? Ridiculous. I need to look at this power play time, man. What the hell? Let's take a look here. Penalties. So it was back-to-back minors, holding on Baptiste, hooking on Backstrom. And then a goalie interference penalty on Sylvain, Rouleau, whatever. And a holding minor on Chalowski. So back-to-back minors. We still couldn't take advantage of that. Damn. But at the very least, we took the first game, which is good. Defend home ice, of course. That is the plan. Let me look at the power play lines. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering the right series, we had the best power play in the league, despite having really screwed up lines. And we still, we don't have the screwed up lines. Actually, no, we still do. Yeah, Cole Lynn's still there. Joel David's there. Okay, well, now that we don't need to worry about player morale, allow me to fix the power play lines here, shall we? That seems like a pretty damn good idea. And actually, as far as right-handed shots go, let's see. We want Tippett. We want Marsh. We have Pascale and Nico Hischier. We need to, God, who the hell do we need on the point there? It could be David, it could be Cole Lind. Let's go with Cole Lind, and then top pair, we will have Philip Hronik with Ekblad. That's who I'm thinking of. And then second pairing defense, we'll have Dahlin with Cole Lind on that top power play unit. So there we go. And then do I keep, that's the big question, do I keep one Boulerice there? I can't. We have to give that right time to Hagman. It's playoffs, man. We need to win. We need to go with the best team possible. The 4v4 unit is still good, though. Although, let me swap Dahlin with Perron. The PK is still looking all right. Let's go with Giroux and Lind, Donaghy, and David. And just like that, we're looking okay. Although, you know what, McCann's going to be traded after this season. Much like Sylvain, he's going to be a very good player, but he's not going to take a spot away from Haig or Rasmus Dahlin. There's not a chance. So I'm all right with getting rid of him. And don't worry about Boulerice, man. He has time. It's his rookie year. He will turn into a monster. Me taking him off the power play unit when he was there pretty much all season. Me taking him off the power play unit for the postseason, it's not going to harm him. We need to give our major players a chance to shine, and hopefully they can do just that. It is game 2. Let's see what happens. First period, we have the 2-1 lead. Rasmus Dahlin and Stuart Pascale give us the 2-0 lead, but Backstrom, that fourth line grinder, scores the goal 2-1 at the end of the first period. Second period, and that's much better. Stuart Pascale strikes again. We have the 3-1 lead out, shooting them 26-15. As we start the third period, power play opportunity. I wish we had scored there. Would have made me look like even more of a genius. And I say even more because it's already proven. Selleck, the fourth line center, makes it 4-1. Smooth sailing for the Detroit Red Wings here. Defending home ice, not even close this time out. Gary McCann adds an empty netter just for a little bit more of an insult there. 5-1 final in Game 2. And the Red Wings have that beautiful 2-0 series lead. 2 goals for old Stewart there. Thatcher Demko once again the second star of the game. And things are looking pretty damn good. We win both games on home ice. Now we head to Brooklyn. For games 3 and 4. Let's jump right into it, man. No need to change the lines. Let's go. Game 3 on the road. First period. And we get the opening goal. Benoit Guru. Thank you very much. Second period. Okay, so we had a 2-0 lead. Owen Tippett, but then Kasperi Kapanen and Backstrom again. Like, the fourth line guy, man. Good Lord. So we're tied at 2. Really sucks to have blown that a 2-goal lead. But anything can happen. We still have the entire third period to go. So let's do that. What the fuck? Who is this guy? Jesus, man. He's scoring at like a Svechnikov and Draft to Glory rate. Oh my god. 5 minutes to go. Bollery's tied it with actually 6 minutes to go. Vic Marsh, another quick goal. Can we hold on? And we can. The comeback is complete. Bollery's ties the game. Vic Marsh with the dagger. And the Detroit Red Wings have a 3-0 series lead. Fuck you, Backstrom. We got Bollery and Marsh. This needs to be a big-time postseason for Marsh, man. You know, he has that pressure. You're not Taylor Hall. Prove that you're better than Taylor Hall. And he at least gets the GWG in that game. Torsten Backstrom, though, the first star of the game. We have that 3-0 series lead, though. Not too shabby at all. The Griffins finished with 48 wins. They'll be playing the Manitoba Moose in the first round of the Calder Cup playoffs. We'll see what they can do. I need to take a look at Backstrom again, though, really quickly, because this guy is ridiculous. This guy is absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Offensively, he's absolute shit offensively. He's good. He's a good physical. He's a great grinder. Defense, physicality, he's good. 91 wrist shot power, 79 accuracy, the 79 offensive awareness. He has 3 goals so far this postseason. That's just stupid, really. That's the only way to describe it. But regardless, despite his efforts, we still have that 3-0 series lead, and we will see if we can end this series in 4. Let's go. Game 4 in Brooklyn. Let's go. First period. And it's a goal apiece. Vincent Trocheck and Owen Tippett. Dead even in shots as well. Second period. All right, Kasperi Kapanen gets the only goal. We're down 2-1 heading into the third. Can the Islanders hold on to a lead this time? Or will we have another comeback on the books? Now, we don't score on that power play opportunity. That's all right. We have plenty of time now. Power play for the Islanders, and we scored. All right, Cole Lind with the goal. Gary McCann with the goal. It's another third period comeback. 5 minutes to go. Pulock tied it. All right, it's going down to the wire. Will we have a winner, or are we going to overtime? We are going to overtime. Wow, so 2 quick goals, Lind and McCann, but Ryan Pulock with a late goal forces the overtime. As I have to take a nice swig of water. And as was just pointed out in the chat, Ian Scott is between the pipes. He wasn't earlier on. Again, this happens all the time. It might not be a major injury. It could just be for the moment. But I have faith in Ian Scott. He's going to get us the win here. He's going to get us the win. We won a Stanley Cup with the guy. We'll be all right. So overtime here in Game 4. Can the Islanders extend this series, or will the series end right here and right now? Overtime. Will it end quickly? Power play opportunity for the Red Wings. Again, we can't score. God, our power play is shit right now. Despite having the best power play in the regular season, it's Selleck again. Our fourth line guy is better than your fourth line guy. The Detroit Red Wings complete the sweep of the New York Islanders. Take a seat. Get out of my face. Say goodbye. We are moving on to the second round. You can have all 3 stars of the game. That's fine by me. See if I care, because I am moving on to the second round. The Detroit Dynasty is not over. The Detroit Dynasty will continue on. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the Grand Rapids Griffins as they play the Manitoba Moose. In the first round, they win the first game there 4-1. We should have some time, too, before the Detroit Round 2 series begins. And, of course, the Griffins have been the most prolific AHL team I have ever had in one of my series. I believe it's 5 cups. It might be 6. It's only 2025. That is how dominant they have been. And I might be getting ahead of myself. It could be another special year. They came close to the sweep of Manitoba. I was kind of hoping that was the case. But here we go. Game 4 for the Griffins. Wow, they lost again. Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh my God. Here I am praising you. Here I am praising you. And all of a sudden, they're in trouble. Now, we are going to find out who the Red Wings are playing in the second round. Let's find out. It is Tampa. But before then, I need to sim this game. Are the Griffins moving on, or will they have completely blown the 2-0 series lead? And will the Manitoba Moose put them to shame? Let's find out. First period, and Tyrell scores. Prince gets it back, but then Beaulieu scores again. 2-1 lead for Manitoba. Second period, and there we go. Good comeback. Burkhoff and Rene Lecavalier. We have the 3-2 lead. Fuck it. Third period live. Let's go. Can the Griffins hold on and avoid disaster? 2 dominant performances to start the series, but the offense died out in the third and fourth. Gareffa. He scores. We're tied. 5 minutes to go. Next goal wins and moves their team on to the second round to the Calder Cup playoffs. And it's Nurmi. What a beast. What a beast for Nurmi. There you go. There you go. The Griffins are moving on. The Grand Rapids Griffins are moving on. Fantastic. And then we get to enjoy that Tampa game. Game 1 for the Lightning series, which will be pretty damn good. Let's take a look at the stats from the first round, shall we? And by the way, obviously on YouTube, you won't know what I mean by this. But for those on the Twitch chat that are doubting me, I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. Don't worry. But anyway, in that first round, let's take a look at the stats. Nico Hischier with 6 points. Pascali with 5. Tippett with 5. McCann and Boleries, 4 apiece. How do you like that? And Cam Selleck, 3 points, including the series-clinching goal. We have some players that still need to step up. Tommy Hagman. I'm tempted to drop. It's his last season here. And I am very close to dropping him down to the 4th line. Very, very close. To be honest, I might. It might screw things up. But, yeah. I'm not all that happy with Hagman. Again, he has to be traded because the progression of Boleries is going to be ridiculous. Or, for that matter, Kevin Donaghy. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Boleries, second line with Pascale and Marcel Desbiens. Let's see what happens. Hagman, you still have power play time. Although our power play has struggled this postseason. But we'll see what you can do. In the AHL, good start for Lilia and Perreault. Perreault, of course, had a great start to the season. Take a look at the goaltending really quick because, of course, they are moving on. Harold Van Kattersen, not the best save percentage. He needs to step it up. if the Griffins are going to advance beyond the second round. But you know what? This was a debated topic. Do I continue on? And the answer is yes. Let's go. We're playing the Tampa series right here and right now. Let's take a look at their team. They did win 48 games this season, which is pretty damn concerning. 97 offense, 93 defense, 86 goaltending. I believe their top player is Jonathan Drouin. Of course, we started this series before the Drouin trade happened, so that explains that. But let's take a look at what we are up against. I can see why they won as many games as they did. God damn. Top line, Jonathan Drouin, of course, he had 3 points this postseason in 6 games or 7? 6 games, so that's pretty damn good. Centered by Steven Stamkos, who had 7 points, and Nikita Kucherov. So, yeah, that Tampa line, good God. Second line, Eli, or is it Eli Tolvanen? 4 points so far. He was taken a 15th overall in 2017. Vlad Nemesnikov is the center with Riley Tufte. Now, he doesn't look to be as good as he eventually became in, was it Nation United? I think it's Nation United where he's an absolute beast. But he's still pretty damn capable, so that could be tough. That could be tough. Third line, Boris Tkachuk is with Braden Point and Thomas Tatar. The fourth line, Colin Wilson with Brett Howden and Riley Elliott. Another fourth line grinder. Looking forward to him scoring fucking 18,000 goals. But obviously offensively they are very well set up. And defensively, very well set up. They have Jared McIsaac with Victor Hedman. Second pairing of Nikita Zaitsev with Neil Pionk, who a former Red Wing, of course. And the third pairing, Dominic Machine with Eric Cernak. They have a damn good team. Point being, they have a damn good team. Andrei Vasilevsky is still the starter. He only played 2 games, though, so maybe not. Maybe he was injured. But in the 2 games he played in the first round, he had a .962 save percentage. Connor Ingram played the other 4, and he had a .926. Damn. No injuries, 3 scratched players. John Marchant with Anthony Cirelli and Dennis Yan. Yeah, we're up against a pretty goddamn good team here, to say the least. We are up against a pretty damn good team here in the Tampa Bay Lightning. But I have faith. I have faith in my team. I have no reason to doubt them at this stage. We have home ice advantage. Let's get this series underway. A clash of the Titans, so to speak. But there's only one hockey town. There's only one Hockeyopolis. First period of game 1, and that's not ideal. Tolvanen scores. Cole Lind ties it, but then less than a minute later, Jonathan Drouin restores the lead for the Lightning. Second period, and that's not great. Wilson made it 3-1. Aaron Ekblad gets a goal back. 3-2 for the Lightning as we start the third period, and very quickly it's 4-2. Riley Tufte 36 seconds in. We have a power play opportunity that we can't do anything with. Thatcher Demko, if you'd like to actually show up here, because you're going to need to show up for us to have a chance here, that would be great. Tampa scores on the power play, and the Lightning are going to take game 1. 5-2 final. 5-2 final. Not good. A 3-point night for Tolvanen and Nemesnikov. 32 saves for Andrei Vasilevsky. And the Lightning take a game on the road to start this series, and that is already going to force me into taking a look here at the lineup. Yeah, not too excited that I'm having to do this at the moment. How are we looking defensively? I mean, our top pairing is really struggling, which might not be all that surprising. The power play unit, I do want to change up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And by that, I mean, what the hell do I mean? You know what? I'm going to put Dahlin on the top pairing with, actually, you know what? No, let's swap Ekblad instead. There, that'll give the power play units just a slightly different look. And Thatcher Demko, you are on thin ice, buddy, to the point. Like, we made it to the second round in spite of Thatcher Demko. Now, here's the thing. If I put in Ian Scott at the moment, it's just going to put him back. So let me sim up to the next day or to the next game. I think we got to go with Thatcher, not with Thatcher Demko, but with Ian Scott. I don't know if I can afford to give Demko another chance. An .899 save percentage through 5 games. That is abysmal. And I got to go with the goalie who I have faith in. I mean, not to say Ian Scott was great that one game where Demko was hurt for a minute. I have to go with Ian Scott. And if Scott struggles as well, then we go with Demko because he gives us the best chance to win. But Ian Scott will play game 2. By the way, the Griffins' second round matchup is against the Chicago Wolves, so we will keep an eye on that. But of course, our main focus is with the main team here. We cannot afford to drop both games on home ice to start this series, so let's see if we can turn it around. First period of game 2, and it's a goal apiece, Kevin Donaghy and Steven Stamkos. Second period, Kevin Donaghy again, this time Boris Tkachuk, and we are tied 2 apiece. Third period, let's go. It is a close game, close in shots, still tied on the scoreboard. Until now, Aaron Ekblad gets the goal. Quick power play for Tampa, and Riley Tufte scores. My God, we can't keep the lead. Another power play, we couldn't do anything with it. Another power play, we can't do anything with that either. My God. 3 minutes left. Will there be a winner in regulation? There will not. Holy shit. Every time we get the goal. First period, Donaghy, then Stamkos. Second period, Donaghy, then Tkachuk, Ekblad, then Tufte. And we... oh my God. We're going to overtime here. And I do agree that the PK needs to be changed. By the way, I try not to shout people out when I'm recording an old YouTube episode, but yeah, can. Good to see you, buddy. Overtime. Let's go, for the love of God. For the love of God, please. I'm begging you, don't drop both games on home ice. We need this win. Power play for the Lightning is killed off, and then it's Cam Selleck, man. There we go. God, you guys were saying, oh, put Boleris on the second line. I'm thinking it should be Cam Selleck on the second line. I'm thinking he's the guy. If anything, we should reunite Cam Selleck and Boleris because he is really, really stepping up in this postseason. What a beast. And we take game 2 and avoid disaster. We avoid absolute disaster. If we lost both games on home ice to this team, series over. Lightning in 3. Call it at that point. But we do need to address the special teams line. Or the special teams lines, I should say. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here at how things are going. So goals for. We are averaging the most goals for in this postseason. Goals against, though, I mean, isn't great. I mean, our defense and goaltending really needs to step up. Our power play is just abysmal. We had the league's best power play throughout the regular season, and right now, 2 goals on 26 attempts, which is just miserable. And then the PK is only 66%. Again, miserable. We had, what was it, the best power play and the second best penalty kill in the regular season, and now we're near the bottom as far as special teams go. So I have a feeling that, I mean, we still swept the Islanders, and I have a feeling that with the Lightning, we would be up 2-0 in this series if it wasn't for our special teams, which is just crazy. I mean, because you have to figure, I mean, the regular season, it's just funny that we had just a horrible power play setup, to try and keep players happy. I mean, God, we had someone like Joel David as the left D on the second power play. Yet that's going better than and went more, just overall worked out better than what is working out right now, which is just illogical. But what we're gonna do here, since Tommy Hagman has decided that he just doesn't want to do anything, we are going to give that power play time to, yes, of course, Sam Boleris, and I'm gonna make room for Selleck as well. I think Selleck deserves the chance. The question is, who do we replace him with? Now, Cole Lind. I mean, Cole Lind does have 6 points, so he's doing all right. Dahlin's doing all right. Ekblad's doing all right. Ah, man. Do I take Desbiens out of there? Or Vic Marsh, for that matter? If I put in Selleck, it has to be for Desbiens. So, I'm going to give him a chance. So, let's see. We're going to have Selleck and Boulerice with Vic Marsh. And as far as the defensive pairings go, I think they're still okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Marsh on the top pairing. I'm going to drop Cole Lind down to the second line. We're going to have Tippett. Actually, who has the better shot? 94 and 88. Tippett is 99 and 86. So there we go. And actually, I think I'd rather have Tippett closer to than that. So Tippett, Pascale, Hischier, Marsh, Hronek, Lind, Selleck, Boulerice. We'll see how that works out. You could argue maybe you should have Desbiens in there instead of Cole Lind, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but Lind's been all right so far this postseason. Actually, you know what? To the point where I'm gonna just put Marsh back down there. I think. I don't know what to do. You know what? Fuck it. No. You know, we'll give Cole Lind a chance as a forward. There we go. That's what we'll go with. And then the penalty kill. I mean, we have our best penalty killers out there, so there's really no reason for the team to be struggling at all. Like, the lowest guy we have out here on the PK has 4.5 stars for defense. There is no reason whatsoever for the PK to be struggling. I mean, Giroux and Donaghy have to be a pairing. So I don't know why. Who else could we put there? Maybe instead of Joel David. Not Desbiens. I mean, those are our best players. Donaghy, Giroux, Lind, and David. Those are our best penalty kills. We could put Tommy Hagman out there. And I'll do that. Instead of having Joel David, let's get Tommy Hagman onto the PK. Again, he is an offensive player, but he's better as a two-way style of guy. Again, it's his last season here anyway. So who gives a shit? And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So Giroux, Lind, Donaghy, and David. And I think we are good to go. We have addressed these special teams. Ian Scott picked up the win in Game 2. He will be in goal for Game 3. Let's see what happens as the series shifts to Tampa. To Tampa Bay, Florida. Game 3. Let's go. You watch. We're going to give up 16 power play goals this game now. First period, and it's a goal apiece. Neil Pionk and Owen Tippett with the goals. Second period, Demko's back in, and I don't know why. Did I not put Ian Scott back in? Or did I? Fuck, no, that's my mistake. I meant to put Ian Scott back in, and I forgot. With the auto-rotate thing really screws me up in the postseason, man. So I meant to put Scott in. I didn't. Demko's in, and at the moment, he's doing all right. If he loses this game, it's Ian Scott for the rest of the postseason. Oh, shit. All right, well, it's easy to make that mistake. I focus too much on special teams. It is what it is. Anyway, third period, Demko, man, the last time I thought I'd put, Thatcher Demko on the bench and he ended up starting, it worked out really well, and we ended up winning a cup because of it. We get a power play goal with Owen Tippett, thank God. So I'm hoping the same thing happens here with Demko. We kill off that power play for the Lightning. 6.5 to go, and on the power play opportunity for the Wings. We can't take advantage, and Kucherov scores. 2 minutes to go. Will we find a winner in regulation? We will not. Kucherov, you bastard. Kucherov ties this game, and we are going to overtime. Again. My God. All right. Don't blink. You might miss it. It might just be an early winner. Overtime here in Game 3. We're getting through the first few minutes until Philip Hronek gets the game winner. 3-2 final for the Wings in Game 3. Philip Hronek, you beauty. And the Red Wings bounce back after losing Game 1. A 3-point night for Hronek. The 2 goals for Owen Tippett. Whew. My God, that was stressful. And the question is, Demko did just get the win, and technically he's only lost 1 game. I don't know what to do with Thatcher Demko, man. He is a mystery. Like, even back in the Vancouver series with NHL 16, Demko was questionable in the postseason. But, man, let's take a look. He has bounced back. Only a .903 save percentage, but he has 5 wins That's ridiculous. And Ian Scott with the .923 save percentage. I'm going to go with Ian Scott. If he loses, Demko gets the chance. I'm so tempted to just go with Thatcher Demko for Game 4. But still, the fact... God, or not. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to go with Demko now that he's gotten the win. But he's been terrible. Like, we're winning in spite of Thatcher Demko right now. It's ridiculous. He's been terrible. Like, there's no denying it. He has been fucking awful. But he's still the better goalie. And we're still winning with him. Or do we go with Ian Scott, who has won in the postseason? He's won a Stanley Cup with us. He's won a goddamn cup with us. I'm going to go with Demko. And I might live to regret this. If Demko loses Game 4, then absolutely Ian Scott gets to play Game 5. We're going to go with Demko. He managed to win that last game. He's earned this opportunity. Let's see what happens. Game 4 in Tampa. I haven't even paid attention to the Grand Rapids series whatsoever. No time to focus on that. First period of Game 4. And it's a goal apiece once again. Kucherov and Pascale with the goals. Demko, though, man, come on. 11 shots to 5, but we are tied at the end of the first period. Demko, step your goddamn game up, man. I put my faith in you, and that's not exactly repaying it. But we went with Demko. I might live to regret that. Second period. Oh, my fucking God, Thatcher Demko. We gave him the opportunity because he won the last game and earned the right to play this one. Ian Scott is starting from here on out. Jonathan Drouin, Victor Hedman, and Vlad Nemestikov. Third period, 4 goals on 13 shots. Holy shit. Tatar scores again. Let's just hit the fucking B button. This game's over. 5-1 final. 5-1 final. I don't even want to look at the 3 stars. Who cares? Who cares? You know who wasn't on the 3 stars list? Thatcher Demko. Wow. He gets the win in Game 3. That's the thing, though, man. Like, he's been bad. But 5-1 bad? I hadn't seen that yet. We have seen him play that poorly now. The decision is obvious. Demko's done. Thatcher Demko is done. By the way, how is Boulerice doing? Only 4 points. Only 4 points. Then again, Tommy Hagman still hasn't done a goddamn thing. Now, Selleck is a righty. Goddamn, like the entire top 6 would be righties. You know what? Cam Selleck's done really well. Do I want to call up Boulerice? They do have the same point total. I'll leave Boulerice there. All right. Thatcher Demko, you're done. Ian Scott, lead the way, buddy. You're the guy. Game 5, back home in Detroit. Let's do this. Let's do this. Carolina 1 win away from beating the Devils and sealing their spot in the Eastern Conference Final. Let's go. Game 5, first period is scoreless, 7 shots to 4. Second period, and damn it, Joel David got the opening goal, but Victor Hedman and Steven Stamkos make it a 2-1 game. They make it a 2-1 game. Third period, we cannot afford to lose this game, man. Early power play for the Lightning is fucking capitalized on. Donaghy gets it right back, though. And then Hedman, my God, we can't stop a puck right now. We cannot stop a puck. Holy shit, 4-2 halfway through the third period. Wow, Hedman scored from center ice, by the way, from his side of the fucking red line. And that'll do it. Elliott with the empty netter. And the Red Wings are down 3-1. Or, yeah, 3-2, not 3-1. It feels like 3-1. It feels like that big of a differential. Hedman with a goal from fucking center ice. Oh my God. We lose 5-2 in Game 5. And yeah, we are pretty much screwed. Carolina, have they sealed their spot? They have not. The Dallas Stars will be in the Western Conference Final, however. And we are in fucking trouble, aren't we? We are in trouble. I need to put together the team that gives us the best chance to win. We might need some assistance from the AHL. You guys are going to fucking hate me for this. You guys are going to hate me for this. Boleris is being sent back down to junior. Boleris is being sent back down to junior. The chat's about to fucking flip out. I don't care. We're calling up Perreault in favor of Boleris. Desperate times, call for desperate measures. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm putting the best team out there on the ice. We have to win. Boleris is down. He's a 76. We have better options. We're doing what we have to do. Let me set up the team to the best of my ability here. Can't wait to look at the chat and people freaking the hell out, but it's the right decision. It is what it is. It's done. It's done. That's all it is. Let's get AJ Black into the lineup. What are we going to do here? Centers, anybody? Kelly is fine. Put Magnus Lilia on the right. Do we have any righties? We don't. Hold on, LeCavalier? Who's the better center? We'll go with Kelly Chow and put LeCavalier on the right. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Who else do we have? Carvalho and Prinz. We'll put Prinz there. And I know Black is a righty. Alright. There we go. The AHL set up. Hopefully they can still be in a good spot to compete. And the NHL lines. I'm going to go best lines here for the moment. We're going to take a look at everything. I do need to take Stewart out in favor of Selleck. And actually, I should just send Stewart down. I could just send Stewart down. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I can't wait for this to work out. I can't wait for this to work out. Stewart, you're going to be traded next year anyway, so let's just send you down to the AHL. And hope that you turn things around and actually get some playing time. So we will take you out of the lineup for Salvador. Daryl Salvador will take a seat for Stewart. Get him into the AHL. And nope, that's not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. Alright, it's the NHL lineup. We have Cam Selleck as our fourth line guy, but that might not be the case anymore, to be honest. I need to get this team set up the way it was, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's okay. Let me see. Alright, so that's pretty much how it was set up, although Tippett is back on the right. Let's see. So Perreault, obviously, we're going to have on the fourth line. How's Donaghy doing? 4 points, 2 points for Ben Walker-Rue. Desbiens has 5 points. Pascal is doing well. Tommy Hagman still hasn't done anything. So can anybody here play center? Not really, but we'll have Tommy Hagman play center. So, from there, how's Selleck doing? 5 points. We still want that third line to be a defensive line. So, let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bump Marsh down to the fourth line, I think. Or not the fourth line, the second line. What am I saying? And we're going to have Cam Selleck. Who's a better center, he or Desbiens? It would be Desbiens. And we're going to try that out. We are going to try that out. Again, I want to keep that third line together because they are so good defensively. And, I mean, they can still contribute offensively as well. So I'm giving Cam Selleck the chance. Absolutely. But just because well, then again, you know what? No, I'm not. Hagman hasn't done shit so far this postseason, but now is his time to shine. Now is his time to shine. And we will see. We'll see what this team can do, man. We'll see what this team can do. I mean, as far as, you know, like, oh, the team that gives us the best chance to win, this is it. I think if anybody were to try and dispute that, you'd kind of be lying to yourself. But let's see what I want to do. Need to get Brent Perron off of the power play. Who's going to replace him, though, is the question. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. It might be... yeah, Desbian, I guess. We'll give Desbian the chance. I was tempted to put Selleck there. But what I'm going to do is have Hronik, Tippett, Marsh. And then for lefties, we're going to have Hischier. Let's bump up Pascale. Let's swap Desbian. And that's looking all right. Especially that top power play unit. It's looking okay. It's just a matter of, can they get the job done? That is the million-dollar question right now. The PK unit is still all right, although I will be taking Joel David out of the lineup in favor of Tommy Hagman. So again, we'll drop Donaghy. And I think we are pretty much good to go. This is the team. If any team could win it, any combination of the team we had available, this is it. We're going with Thatcher Demko. I mean, our goaltending has let her down. Our goaltending has let us down. Demko has been the reason. The goaltending has been the reason. And yeah, there is a chance that I just wasted a lot of time because we're still going to lose anyway. But, I mean, let's be honest. I took a 76 out of the lineup. I mean, yeah, he has 4 points this postseason. But I'm willing to take that chance. We weren't winning with the 76 in the lineup. So, if we lose without him, then, but if we win without him, then, hey, guess what? It is what it is. I mean, we were losing anyway. Anyway, first period of Game 6 is scoreless. 15 shots, though, not too bad. Second period, there we go. Perreault, he gets the call up and he gets the goal. And then, man, 57 seconds later, not the defenseman you expect to get goals, but Nick Hague is on the board. Our captain, Nick Hague. And we have a 2-0 lead heading into the third period. Let's do this. Let's do this. Can we hold on? We're going to need insurance. We are going to need one more goal. Power play opportunity, Cole Lind. I kept him on the power play, and it paid off. Another power play opportunity. We can't strike with that one, but with 10 minutes to go, I think we're okay. Oh, yeah, we're good. We are good. Tolvanen scores. We're fine. There's no way Demko's going to blow this. Not a chance. There we go. Owen Tippett, the empty netter. The moves paid off. Detroit forces Game 7. 43 shots, 4 goals, and Demko. Thatcher Demko, his back was against the goddamn wall. He makes 33 saves, and the Red Wings have forced Game 7. There we go. That's what we needed. Thatcher Demko shows up, gets the job done, and we have forced Game 7. Jean Perreault scores as well. Just saying. Probably the right idea to give him a chance at the NHL level, and it worked out at least for that game. We are going to Game 7. Now's a good time to look at what's happening with the Grand Rapids Griffins as they have a 3-2 series lead. They might end the series right there. So Game 7 and Game 6 on the same night. I'm not going to pay attention to Game 6. It's all about Game 7. I'm not making any lineup changes. Like I said, this is the team. Either we win or we don't. But there's no need to make any more changes. Let's go. Game 7 in the second round against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here we go. First period. Demko. Oh, Demko, you son of a bitch. All right. Jonathan Drouin, Tolvanen, and Stamkos. With the trio of goals, Kevin Donaghy. Kevin Donaghy gets a late goal to at least get us on the board. It's 3-1 after the opening 20 minutes. But a big-time goal for Donaghy. We have life. As long as Demko or Scott, who's ever in for the second period, just shut the door, don't let up a goal, and we might have a chance for the comeback. Second period, we're going to be down like 6-2, right? Dahlin gets a goal back, okay, and we held them off. We held them off. Okay. Rasmus Dahlin the goal. The Lightning have the 3-2 lead. Heading into the third period. here in Game 7. Let's go. Third period. Come on, guys. Come on. Ah, fucking hell. Braden Point with an early goal. Tip it. Now's the time. Vic Marsh, Pascale, Hischer. We need you. Thatcher Demko. You fucked us. Oh, you fucked us. Oh, my God. How do you do so well for Game 6 and then just fucking blow it in Game 7? Oh, my God. And a magnificent season. And the regular season ends in fucking disaster. As Thatcher Demko just could not stop a puck. Holy shit. And we lose in 7 games. We were the 2-time defending Cup champions. And that comes to a close. That stretch comes to a close. Our goaltending. Oh my God. Just when you thought we finally had it figured out. I mean, we won a cup with Demko and with Scott. But Demko, an .897 and .893 for Scott in his 3 appearances. I'm sorry. They have no excuse. When you're playing behind this defense, I am siding with the defense every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. I mean, sure, Hronik and Ekblad, it wasn't looking too good plus-minus wise, but come on, man. That's on the goaltending. That is on the goaltending. Holy shit. That is one of the more frustrating postseason losses I think we've ever had. Wow. How Demko did so poorly, I have no idea. And Ian Scott, too. Like, that's the thing. Heading into this postseason, I'm like, oh, we're gold. Yeah, if Demko fucks it up, then we have Ian Scott. That wasn't the case. The good news is, Grand Rapids, they are off to the conference final yet again. So, you know, whenever the Red Wings let me down, there's always the Griffins, and they have been pretty damn consistent. But really quickly, just to look at the postseason point totals, the Tampa Bay Lightning are now the favorites, now that they've eliminated us. Pascale was fine, Lind was good, Tippett was good, Hronik was fine, Hischer was fine. Maybe want a little bit more from Desbienne. Definitely want more from Donaghy. Yes, he's on a third line, shutdown line, but still. Man, Ekblad, point total-wise, it's not his thing. Vic Marsh, man, that's a really big reason as to why we struggled. We gave the opportunity to Vic Marsh. It was his time to shine. He didn't have the best postseason. David on the fourth line didn't do anything. I didn't really expect him to. He's going to be traded after the season. Perreault had the 1 goal in 2 games. And there you go. There's the reason. Our goaltending struggled. Vic Marsh only scored 1 goal. And Tommy Hagman didn't do a fucking thing. I wanted to give him a chance, right? I wanted to give him a chance, but hindsight, what we should have done, we should have traded Tommy Hagman and kept Taylor Hall for 1 more year. The second line more than likely would have been Pascale, Marsh, and Desbienne, which would have been pretty good. I mean, the whole reason for trading Taylor Hall was, Marsh is, he's a first-line guy, and we want him to be the first-line guy. But he failed hard in this postseason. He was also a -8. So, absolutely, I mean, Tommy Hagman is gone. We'll keep Vic Marsh, but, yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out on him, man. He was set to replace Taylor Hall. He did no such thing. He did no such thing, and that is incredibly frustrating. Like, incredibly frustrating for him to struggle to that extent. It's just inexcusable. Man, fuck, I should have kept Taylor Hall. I didn't want to get rid of Taylor Hall to begin with, but the cap situation eventually was going to come back to bite us in the ass, but like I said, I gave Tommy Hagman this year to prove that he was worth the contract. He certainly didn't. He certainly didn't. Apparently, I didn't scout on anything. I must have done the CHL for a few weeks strategy, which didn't work out too well in Draft to Glory, and it's not going to work out too well now. We'll follow the Griffins. They're up 2-1 after the first 3 games and make that a 2-all series. They drop 2 straight. They win Game 5. Can they win Game 6? No, they can't. The Griffins go to Game 7 against the Tucson Roadrunners. Damn. Well, let's see what happens. First period of Game 7. That's not great. Second period. Third period. Fuck's sake. Oh my God. Both teams are out. Both teams are out. Oh my God. What is happening tonight? Like, rebuilding Hockeytown is supposed to be the series where it's just, smooth sailing every year. Apparently not. And Tampa got swept by Carolina. Oh my, how good of a fucking, what? If the Hurricanes have a shit team, but they were able to sweep Tampa, I am going to be fucking furious. Oh my God. How good are the Hurricanes? Okay, you have Aho, who's a 91, Jeff Skinner, Yanni Kuokkanen, Taylor Radish, Nolan Patrick. Okay, so offensively, they're looking all right. I can see why they would have done well, although those bottom 3 players are pretty goddamn concerning. On defense, Jake Bean's not terrible, Noah Hannafin, Roland McCown, Josh Mahura, Hayden Fleury, and Marcus Niemelainen. The goaltender, 92 overall, Jordan Hollett. Okay. Well, at the very least, the Hurricanes are a good team. The Hurricanes are a really good team. So that would have been an interesting matchup for us too. But yeah, the Griffins would have met the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, I believe, yet again in a Calder Cup final. But man, what a disappointing season. Oh my God, to lose in 7 games with the Red Wings and then the Griffins finally fall short. I'm trying to even remember here. Fuck the scouting, whatever. I'm trying to remember. The Griffins were defending Cup champions, weren't they? Or is this the second year in a row now that they've fallen just short? We'll be able to check in a second. Having a tough time remembering. But Carolina won the Cup and so did Tucson. So the Griffins lost to the eventual Cup winner. But man, I thought the Griffins had a really good opportunity to win another Calder Cup. And that was not meant to be. So at the very least, we already know, of course, what the Hurricanes look like. We just took a look. But the AHL. Yeah, the Griffins were defending Cup champions. They were defending Cup champions. I mean, we still have 3 Cups in the last 5 years. But still disappointing. Of course, we were 2-time defending champions with the Red Wings. Again, 3 Cups in 5 years with both teams. And you know what? The playoff tree, it doesn't even matter. Let's just take a look at the awards. And yeah, screw it, man. We'll go through the draft in this episode because I'm aiming to hopefully make some trades. Man. Still, that's a tough loss. Nico Hischier won the Art Ross. Tyler Seguin the Hart. Hronik won the Norris again for the 3rd time in 4 years. Seguin won the Lady Byng. Yoshida the Calder. Jordan Hollett, or Junior Hollett, I think it was Jordan, won the Conn Smythe. Demko won the Vezina. How fucking great is that? Thatcher Demko won his 2nd consecutive Vezina trophy. You wouldn't fucking know it by the postseason, but Demko won his 2nd consecutive goddamn award. He also won the Jennings this year. The Masterton goes to Steve Santini, Nolan Patrick, the Selke, Sagan, the Ted Lindsay, and Tarasenko, the Rocket Richard. Down in the AHL, I know we had a pretty good year, but did we take home any individual awards? Joey Wisniewski was the Defenseman of the Year for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. Anybody else? No, just Wisniewski. God damn, man. Well, that season comes to a close in very disappointing fashion. Very, very disappointing fashion. But I mean, we've still had so much success in this series, and I mean, it does suck to see a 48-win season in the AHL and a 56-win season at the NHL level end so poorly. But we do get to look forward here. Wow, Chicago has the first 2 picks. Damn. I mean, last year, we dominated the lottery. I'm not even sure what we're looking at here as far as draft picks go. And, of course, heading into next season, we have players we have to get rid of. Like, I know for a fact I can trade Tommy Hagman coming up during the draft, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Like I said, Vic Marsh, I'm going to give him a second chance as Patrick Kane retires, Kopitar, Backstrom, Jamie Benn, and in time you guys will get to look at the full list, but I'm not going to sit here And name everybody. Goaltenders, Carey Price, Tuukka Rask, Freddie Anderson, and Ben Bishop among the retired players. But let me just make sure the trading block is clear. It is not. Ian Scott was on the block. As far as goalies go, like, man, I don't have much faith in either of our two goaltenders at the moment, but it's like, man, who the hell else would I get at this point? I mean, Demko just won the fucking Vezina. He didn't show up today at all, but he did just win the Vezina, so I don't think I'm going to make a very, like, quick decision with the goaltending. I think I'm gonna stick with who we have, goaltending-wise. But, yeah, I mean, next season, if they're struggling, then absolutely I'll be looking to get other players, man. But at the very least, Tommy Hagman is out. No doubt about that. So I'm probably going to try to get the first pick. I mean, you still look at the trade values we have. Bolaris is already showing up as an 80, so he's going to be a low 80 player starting next year. He's going to be a second-line guy. He's just going to take over for Tommy Hagman, most likely. So, let's see. Where is Hagman? Hagman still has really good value, but fuck you, man. You are gone. You are gone. Let's go talk to the Blackhawks. Do they want to trade either pick? I'd love to end up with the first overall pick. That would be pretty damn sweet. And they want to trade it, too. Awesome. It's actually possible. I'm getting that first overall pick. No problem. No problem whatsoever. That's just quick and easy. Let me take a look, though. I need to take back a contract from them, unfortunately. Who has 1 year left? Anybody? Lowry. You do. So let's see. They'd be over the cap. That's bullshit. They wouldn't be over the cap by like anything. God damn it. I gotta take somebody else back then. Forsling, but he had more than 1 year left. There we go. Tom Wilson. Welcome back to Detroit, Tom Wilson. We will look to get you back. I might even be able to tack on an extra pick here. Maybe. Just maybe. We'll see. But Tommy Hagman for sure is gone. Let me see. What if I tack on the third here? Just to make sure. Because Hagman does have pretty good value. There you go. See, case in point. I knew I could have gotten more for it. But at the very least, we do get the first overall pick. And we send Tommy Hagman to Chicago. So, there we go. That first overall pick is ours. Now, here's the thing. Of course, I have no idea who's available. I have no idea who's available. Oh my god, there's a goalie in the top 5. That's a really good sign. We also have... Oh man, I might have to try and get more picks. You have Damian Finley, who's going to be really good. We don't know a damn thing about Ham Hughes, but he's a grinder. I wouldn't want him. And Randy Yoshimura is a power forward. I don't think I'd want him. But you have George Bordelot. I want Dundas, I want Bordelot, and I want Finley. And god damn it, I'm going to get all 3 of them. Chicago, I already know you want to trade the number 2 overall pick. Let's go. This series is already ridiculous enough. I want that pick, and I'm going to get it. I know I have a first-round pick as it is, aside from the one I just acquired. Oh, fuck yeah, I have 3 first-round picks to work with. Fucking right. Of course, I have the Cup Winners pick and shit like that. But, let's see. I have nothing for picks this year. Except high-end picks. So, how about a Calgary in a second? That's still going to be way too low, right? Yeah. That's alright, though. I'm going to make this work. I am going to make this work. Let's tack on the 2 third-round picks as well, including the third we just got from Chicago. There we go. The second overall pick is ours. Lovely. St. Louis, do you want to trade the pick? Now, again, if the Blues don't want to trade the pick, we can't get it. They don't want to trade it. But that's okay. How about the 4th from Washington? Do they want to trade it? No, they don't. Okay, that's not all right. That's not all right. How about the 5th? Basically, I need one of these high-end picks still. All right, thank you, Toronto. So if they end up with a player that I want with the 3rd or 4th pick, then I can easily just use the 5th pick to get that player that I'm going to want. It's pretty damn simple. So we have the Carolina pick and the Tampa pick. And I'll be able to get a little bit back from the Leafs here, which is good. I'm going to need a little bit of help in terms of getting whoever gets selected at the 3rd or 4th. But let's see. Will that go through? No, it won't. Will that go through? No, it won't. But damn it, we'll still try. We will still try. Do I have a third-round pick down the road? Will that work? If not, I'll tack on an extra player. All right, I will tack on an extra player. I got some players I can get rid of anyway. Let's see. Oh, yeah, fuck that. I got some goalies I can get rid of. Not Demko or Scott at the moment, although Ian Scott's likely out the door because Harold Van Kadishin is right there and looking pretty go. Looking pretty go? Looking good to go. Looking pretty good. That's what I was going to say. Martin Visovskis I can keep. How about Nielsen? How about these two goalies? Will that go through? Boom. There we go. The 5th pick is ours. We are good to go. The 1st, the 2nd, and the 5th round pick. I doubt I'll even make the 5th round pick. I'll probably trade it. Without a doubt, the first selection, Stan Dundas. Please be good. Please. I need a pick-me-up this episode. There you go, fellas. Back-to-back drafts with the first overall pick being franchise. Oh my fucking god. We just got 2 franchise-level players in back-to-back years. Oh my god. Well, Bowl of Rice is going to have himself a long-time teammate here in Dundas. Oh my god. Wow. It's not even fair. I wanted to end this series 2 seasons ago. This is ridiculous. Now, the other 2 picks, God, who did I pick first? It doesn't matter, Bordelot or Finley. I'm going to go with Bordelot, and then I'll probably end up trading for Finley, to be honest. But let's go, George Bordelot, medium elite. Sweet. Now, again, St. Louis and Washington, they don't want to trade these picks, so let's see. And Finley's also medium elite, but I'm going to acquire him. Washington selected Hamhuis, who was also elite, but I'm going after Finley for sure. I'm going after Finley for sure. So Washington, who did they select? They selected the Grinder. They picked Hamhuis, who's actually pretty damn good. Medium elite, 68 overall, at 18 years old. Not terrible for a Grinder, Daryl Hamhuis. And then the other guy, it was, well, I already forgot, man. It was Vancouver, wasn't it? No, it was St. Louis. No, don't auto-draft. I'm getting that pick from St. Louis. I'm getting that guy. I know I'm going to want him. I know he's going to be good. It's a guarantee. Let's take a look. And actually, ooh, wow. Finley would have been a big swing and a miss. Holy shit. 63 overall, 18 years old. He's actually not that good. I thought he was a guarantee to be good. Needless to say, I made the right decision by taking the forward instead. Now, I haven't checked my the forward I just drafted's potential. We're going to do that really quick. But yeah, Finley was a bust. Holy shit. The forward we took, though, where is he at? He's a little bit lower than I would have hoped. He might be a lot lower than I would have hoped. Wow, both guys were pretty shit. Now, in fairness, Bordelot was better. 75 overall at 18 years old. But it turned out the Grinder would have been the best way to go. But overall, with Bordelot, he's not too bad, right? 18 years old, already a 75. He has a chance to be better. That's not as bad as the pick St. Louis made. And to be honest, I'd rather have Bordelot than the Grinder. I would much rather have Bordelot than the Grinder. There is no point in an elite level Grinder. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll turn into something decent, right? Maybe he'll turn into something decent. But overall, I don't feel too bad about that. I guess right now the question is, do I trade for Hamhuis using the 5th pick? Or do I take the other guy that's left, the power forward, in Yoshimura? There is also this other guy here, Maurice Paris, who's probably pretty decent. He's going to be medium elite. And I'm going to make the people on Twitch wait to see Dundas's value. But, I don't know. What do I do here? Do I go for that Grinder? Again, I don't feel confident in the Grinder. I don't feel confident in picking that Grinder at all. I don't feel confident in picking any of these players, really. I really don't. That's the thing. I could trade down. Who has the 10th pick? Philly. Philly, do they want to trade that pick, hopefully? No, they don't. Flyers, god damn you. I can never rely on them. Ottawa or Pittsburgh. I want to trade down, see who gets selected, and then trade for the player. Ottawa, you're killing me. I might not have that option. Pittsburgh, do you want to trade your number 1 overall pick, please? Not number 1 overall, but your first round pick. Yes, you do. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to trade down. I'm going to get some assets from the Penguins. And then I will be able to acquire whoever the hell I want. And that way I can just check to see, like, oh, is somebody, a bust of a pick? Okay, well then, at least I didn't take him. Let's see, what can I get here from Detroit? 2 second rounders? No, you got to be kidding me. Come on now. Come on now, Pittsburgh. You're being a bit ridiculous. Let me go to goalies. I will use that fringe starter that we still have. And by the way, now that we're here, there's Dundas. He's only a 57 overall, but he's 18 years old. It's going to take him a while. It's going to take him a while. But eventually, he will be the guy. It's going to take him a while. But, I mean, he's a franchise-level goalie, man. He's going to be an absolute beast. So, Antonovich? Here, I'll try to trade Visoskas instead. Try to trade you instead here to Pittsburgh so that I can trade down. Pittsburgh, come on, you're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. I'll give you both goaltenders because I really don't care. They'd have too many goalies. Never mind. Pittsburgh, come on. Come on. You know that you want this to, you want this trade to go through. How about I just give you a bunch of shit for the next few years? Will that go through? Yes, it will. All right, so we traded down with the Penguins. Now I can kind of scout out to see who is actually worth taking. So Pittsburgh went with Yoshimura. Thank God. Like, high top 9 isn't great, but for the 5th overall pick, no thank you. LA picked Tunney. Same potential. Thank God we avoided that. Arizona took Peterson, who I was really looking at. And in fairness, high top 6 is really good. But for the 5th overall pick, I'm not sure. Smithson is medium top 4. And Ottawa selected Krog. All right, what about Philly? Philly took Paris. He was medium elite, as we knew that he would be. So I need to take a look at a couple of different guys. I mean, there is Hamhuis. All right, so hold on. Shit. Man. What do I look at first here? Let's go take a look at Philly and Pittsburgh. Philly and Pittsburgh. Let me take a look and see how good they are, because I'm going to trade this pick. It's just a matter of who I'm going to take. So Pittsburgh went with Paris. 76 overall at 19 years old, medium elite. Pretty damn good pick, and I could I don't even have to give up the first round pick that I'm sitting on to get him. I could get him right now. It's not a concern. I don't even have to use the first round pick that I currently have to end up with him. It's not even fair, right? All I'd have to do is give up Joel David, who I'm trading anyway. I have to get rid of Joel David. I completely forgot that I have to get rid of him. So here, let me do it. I'll get him. I know people wanted him. I'll get him. It's not even a concern. All I have to do is just trade for someone with a expiring contract who has a bit of cap space. Cizikas. So, man, will that go through straight up? No, but that's okay. That's okay. I can add somebody to the deal. I'm sure I still have prospects and shit that I wanted to get rid of anyway. Jenner is 24. Can I trade you? No, I can't. I can trade Black, Chow, and Dmitriev, though. Yeah, screw it. We'll trade that trio. And they'd have more than 45 skaters. Well, no shit, but that's fine. Again, all I gotta do is swap him out, or swap those players out for players with expiring contracts that I can just let go of. Actually, does Philly not have anybody that really fits that bill? Alright, they do. They have Battaglia and Versi. I think the values were about even, though. That's going to backfire. Yeah, that's going to backfire. Okay, so I can't do it that way because Philly sucks. But that's okay. Unsigned players. Do I have any, or did I already get rid of all of my unsigned players? I already got rid of all of my unsigned players, with the exception of Bordelot, which is all right. So, again, we will dip into draft picks to make this happen. We'll use a 3rd round pick down the line here. How about a bunch of picks for 2028? How does that sound? Philly, come on now. Don't make this difficult on yourself. Don't make this difficult. You know this trade's going through. We're acquiring him whether you like it or not. Value's just a bit low. Go fuck yourself. Value isn't low at all. It's fair value, and it was fair value 3 third-round picks ago. Take it, Philly. I will gladly pick up Paris. Philly? God damn it. You're making this difficult for no reason. Quit being difficult. There's no reason for it. Quit being difficult. Thank you. So there you go. Case in point. I ended up with Paris then. I do need to call a timeout here. So Krog might be decent. Ottawa, Montreal. Let me check out those two guys really quick. Really quickly. Let me take a look. So Ottawa, the guy you ended up with was low elite. Krog, 62 overall at 17 years old. Yep, no thank you. Ottawa, and it was Montreal, wasn't it? That I was also considering. I believe, yeah, they drafted that defenseman, who was not that good. 62 overall at 17 years old. All right. Well, I'm glad I avoided him as well. Who else was it? Arizona, LA, and Pittsburgh. Those are the 3 guys. Arizona, LA, or Pittsburgh. Or, if not, I'll go get that grinder. It's pretty simple. So, Arizona. Who did the Yotes select? They took Peterson, 59 overall at 18 years old. No thank you, unless it's a franchise-level goalie. I am not willing to waste that much time. So it was Arizona, LA, and who the hell else? I already forgot. LA drafted Tunney. He's not bad, 61 and 18 years old, but still not great. It was Arizona, LA. I know that the grinder was on Washington. Who the hell was the other team? I can't remember. Damn it. Somebody in chat save me. I'm drowning. Was it St. Louis? Was it St. Louis? I don't remember. I can't remember. No, they were Finley. Damn it. Where's the other guy? I don't remember. Somebody in chat. Save me for myself. It was Pittsburgh. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, there he is. Yoshimura. And he's not great. All right. Well, let's go get that grinder from Washington, I guess. Now, I don't know how I feel about a grinder of that level, but fuck it. I can get him no problem. And that will conclude one hell of a draft, and we're not even done yet, really. We're not even done. So we have the Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. So we're just going to be sending picks back to the Penguins, which is fine by me. We'll give them the general help that they need, and we'll look to pick up. Well, we can't pick up their second round next year. We'll try to just pick up as many picks as we can next year. There's no way that goes through. I'm insane for thinking that would go through. I'd honestly do that trade straight up. I really wouldn't even care. But let's. How about a third round pick next year from Washington? No? Straight up? Really? All right. Well, you know what? I'm still willing to do this. I'm still willing to do this trade. How about... I have Pittsburgh's next. How about our second round pick in 2028? Will that go through? All right. Maybe I don't want Hamhuis. They're being pretty ridiculous about this. Like, they're being very ridiculous about this. So you know what? Screw Hamhuis. I don't have much faith in him anyway. I'm just going to make the picks. Let's do this. And, oh boy. Well, it's kind of the Wild West here as far as who to select. That is for sure. Never mind. I don't want to make these picks. That's an awful decision. First overall pick was Chicago. So I'm going to trade for Chicago's picks next year and just hope that they are still shit. Basically. Seems like the best way to move forward. So yeah, all these picks this year, and we will trade for the Chicago picks next year. So 2026, your first rounder, please. Your second and third rounder, please. Will that work? That will absolutely work, and more. So, yeah, let's talk even further in the future, Chicago. I'm hoping you're going to be shit for a long time, and if you are, it's going to work out pretty damn well for me. That is a trade that could work out tremendously over the next few seasons. We are done with this draft. The damage is done. There we go. As we get yet another franchise-level player, as if we needed him, as well as a pretty damn decent forward as well. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Man, I gotta be honest. Like, this episode's already been a marathon. I'm so tempted to just keep going because I want to see what this team is going to look like as we set up for next season. To be honest, fuck, I'm already here. I'm already recording. Fuck it. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, of course, once the video's up, then, yeah, you don't care because you've already watched the video to this point. We made 2 picks, Dundas and Bordelot. And they're both fucking monsters. I want to see what this team looks like. Who gives a fuck about recording a Nation United? That series is torture because the Swedes are just fucking awful. So let's go. Let's see what this team looks like. I want to see the progression from some of our players. I'm not going to sim another season, but I am going to sim up to the preseason so I can get the team set up for the next year. I want to see what we look like. But first of all, I get the joy of going through this offseason. So you are going to hear the keyboard clicking in the background, as I don't actually have my phone near me. I never do. I always leave it charging on the other side of the room. But you are going to hear the clicking from my keyboard as I do the 85% trick to sign these guys to some pretty decent contracts. Now, goaltending-wise, Dundas, he was Canadian, right? Or was he American? He's American, baby. We can sign him. At the very least, he's going to be the starter in the AHL. At the very least. Niemi also needs a new deal. Van Kadishin, oh man, Ian Scott's going. So here's the deal. We're gonna give Thatcher Demko a chance, right? Ian Scott's going to be traded because Van Kadishin's going to be the backup, which means the AHL goaltending next year is Dundas as the starter with Niemi as the backup in that tandem, and Atanovich will be our 5th goaltender. So Ian Scott is absolutely getting traded. But yeah, Dundas will get signed. I'm going to call him Dunda. Oh shit though, we have a big offseason ahead of us. Oh my god. Ekblad, Hronek, and Haig all need to be signed. I can let go of Cizikas, who we just picked up to make sure that we were good. Holy shit. Maybe I should have paid attention to the cap a little bit more. As long as I play this safe with the UFAs that I have, I should be okay. And I shouldn't lose anybody. Like, for example, we won't sign Owen Tippett yet. Tom Wilson needs to go. We can sign Burkhoff. That's fine. Nope, actually, he's not looking for a 2-year deal anymore. Burkhoff has to wait. Left wings, Lilia, Stewart, Jenner, they all have to wait. Bordelot's already a 75. He was Canadian, though. So unless he is good enough to be on the 4th line next year, which I might just play him on the 4th line next year at the NHL level, yeah, he's not going to see the ice time. Donaghy needs a new deal as well, and we only have $34 million to spend. Paris, also with 76. Okay, so the first thing, we need to figure out the defense, right? We have to figure out the defense, and these players are wanting to get paid, as you would expect. That's kind of why I really wanted to win the Cup last year, because I knew we were going to run into a bit more cap trouble. But the good thing is I can drop this Ekblad deal down to well, hold on, that would be 1.75. There we go. So he'll accept that 8-year deal for Aaron Ekblad. We'll see how much longer he's on this team, because that's a ridiculous contract. And the good thing is with Filip Hronek, I mean, we're going to be able to really sign him to an incredible deal. 7,025 is the number for him. It's not even fair to be able to sign him to a contract like that. It's not fair. And then, of course, our captain, Nicholas Haig, looking to get paid, and I would dedicate half the cap to signing Nick Haig. He's a beast, and we're going to get him onto a pretty damn good contract as well. 6,275. So that's the main concern. I want to wait before I do anything else to hear back from those 3 players to see what our cap space situation is. But yeah, we could run into a bit of trouble because of some of the players we have signed. We could run into a bit of trouble. The unfortunate thing, of course, is right now I can't trade anybody. I needed to do that at the draft. I at least made sure to get rid of David and Hagman. Everybody has accepted, which is golden. But what is the cap situation? 15 mil. Okay. 15 mil. All right, and we only have RFAs left. But, okay. So the first name that we should be able to do this. I should be fine. I mean, Tippett's going to look for a lot of money, but we're going to be able to drop that down by a decent amount. I am going to pull this off. It's going to happen. We're going to be fine. We are going to make it through this. The team is going to be intact, and then at the start of next year, depending on certain progression from certain players, I'm gonna be trading more people. Like, we're gonna end up with more picks and/or prospects. It's going to be ridiculous. I mean, for those who haven't watched the series from the start, I mean, hey, here's what the series has been. It's a goddamn prospect factory, where it's literally like, this series originally started, intentionally as like, oh, it's gonna be a somewhat realistic kind of mode, and then it just turned into what these series always turn into: me just knowing how the hell to handle the cap and just destroying the computers. I mean, we might not win the cup every year, but our team is fucking absurd. And the fact that we won back-to-back cups, and then last year, after winning the cup, we get a franchise-level forward, and then this year, we lose in the second round and get a franchise goalie because we traded up for the first overall pick. It's just not fair. It is not fair. Now, Burkhoff, I am going to have to do the percentage trick with. Good old 85%. I want to knock that down a little bit. And actually, I didn't mean to hit over there. We'll get that down to 1575. Beautiful. We should be able to fit everybody under the cap, which is goddamn absurd. I am so excited to see what this team looks like, man. Like I said, this series was, towards the end, like, we were just about done, and then all of a sudden, franchise level players 2 years in a row, and we are stuck. Like, this series, it can't go anywhere. It can't stop. We still have $4.7 million in cap space, and we were able to sign everybody. My God. And then we still have unsigned players. Paris, Ronning, and Bordelot. They're all Canadian. So I'm not going to sign them unless they're NHL level. But what the hell, man? It's just ridiculous. My God, let's sim the free agency. Is there going to be anybody free agent-wise that's worth picking up, at least prospect-wise? If that's the case, of course, I can trade some other guys who are already down in Grand Rapids to keep them ultra-competitive, which has happened all series long. My God, setting records with the Rebuilding Hockeytown episode length. Who's a free agent? Panarin, Scheifele. All right, so nobody I'm interested in, except we could look prospect-wise, right? So it has to be someone who's really worth signing as a prospect. So let's see. Medium starter. Whoa! And immediately there is somebody worth signing. Patrick Scrimes, 19-year-old, medium starter potential, but he's already a 74 overall. So yeah, he's worth sending an offer to, by far. By far, we'll give him the max deal, and I'll probably trade one or two people away just to make sure that we have the space. But already there's a goalie prospect worth signing. Oh my God. Fringe starter, I'm not concerned about, and there isn't anybody anyway. On defense. Is there anybody? Man, the menu is loading slowly. Yes, there is. Galchenyuk, 20 years old, 74 overall, medium top four. These type of prospects just fall into your lap all the goddamn time. All the goddamn time. Is there anybody else? No. High top six? No. Okay, so just those two so far. Right wings, they're both 24 years old, medium top nine. I don't care about medium top nine. Who gives a shit? We already have players that are medium top nine. Nobody there for left wings, and for centers, nobody. Okay, so we just sent the offers to those two players, which is fine. So I'm just going to trade one person for the moment, just to make sure that we have room to sign both guys. And then, which honestly, I'll probably just trade Ian Scott right now. I mean, I ended up with... God, does anybody remember, what pick did Chicago have? Remember, they had their first overall pick, but then they had somebody else's pick, and that's how they had the second overall pick as well. Does anybody remember the team in chat? I mean, obviously, hello, people on YouTube. I'm referring to people that you can't see. It is called the stupid tax, by the way, me signing those prospects. But does anybody remember? Was it Buffalo? All right, people are saying Buffalo. Let's go talk to the Buffalo Sabres. Now, it's risky because, we are going to be making the Sabres better on paper, and we're trading within the division. But you know what? I mean, it's not like Ian Scott was great last postseason. So let's go ahead and pick up these deals. And again, for now, Demko stays. He will start the season. But if Demko is struggling, then no thank you. We'll get rid of him. We'll trade him for whoever. So let's see what we can get from the Buffalo Sabres. That's probably asking too much already. They would have too many goalies. That's an issue. Damn it. St. Louis had the third pick, though. St. Louis had the third pick, I do believe. So we'll go talk to the Blues. They're not going to be able to afford the cap hit. Shit. Washington? Washington might work. Let's go talk to the Capitals. I mean, they have Ham Hughes, who we couldn't afford to get, but that's fine. I mean, we could have afforded. Actually, I might try to get that player now. And he's not currently signed, is he? Let me double check. That grinder that I couldn't get them to budge on earlier, they did sign him. But you know what? Nah, you know what? I'm not going to get him. I don't want him. At least not for what it's going to cost to get him. I mean, he would be decent. But I would rather just take their picks. And that's not going to go through. Not a chance. But how much can we get? Even if we only end up with their first round pick, I'm happy. Will that go through straight up? No, it won't. So I'm going to have to give up a bit. But that tells you that the Caps are going to be shit next year. How about the Washington third? Still no. Really? Still no. How about the Chicago third the year after? Will that go through? They're going to have a good pick, man. That's how you know. It's going to be a good pick. I'll give up the Penguins second rounder instead and the Chicago third next year. Man, Washington, you are really screwing us over here. How about the Chicago pick next year? Will that go through? Wow. This first round pick better pay off, man, because they are making us earn it. All right, well, you know what then? Fuck you, Washington. I'll go after the player instead. What the hell? Like, I know they don't want to trade the pick, but Jesus. Whatever. I have to. I have to get that pick. I have to get rid of Ian Scott. It has to happen. The other pick as well. Come on. This has to go through. Use. Whew. Boy, I am getting fleeced here for one pick. But it goes through. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. See you later, Ian Scott. You won a cup with us. You were the original goalie. You were the guy that was supposed to lead the way. You had a chance in the postseason to save the day, and you fucked it. You blew it. So we will get rid of Ian Scott. Now, somebody said in chat that there was a decent goalie that I may have missed, but I'm not seeing him. 76 overall, 21 years old. I think that was the guy, but he's low fringe. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time on low fringe. So, all right. Let's see if we can get these two prospects from free agency. And then we get to move on to the start of next season. My God. So in the next season, we're good to go. We are good to go. Patrick Scrimes and Gabriel Galchenyuk. Double G. Double G. Or maybe he's triple G, like the boxer. Maybe. But there we go. We got both of them signed, and we are moving on to the start of the next season. We get those two prospects. Of course, we are now without Taylor Hall, Tommy Hagman, Joel David. But that's okay. That is okay. And I get that Washington pick, which has a really good chance of being a top 5 pick next year. And here's the point. Ian Scott's not a major loss. Those picks for me aren't a major loss. They were all second and third round picks. I only deal with top 5 picks. That's it. Maybe a top 10. But for this series, all I have to concern myself with are top 5 first round picks. So, for me, it's not that big of a deal at this point. I mean, yeah, normally, like, if this series was at the start, that would be a terrible, terrible trade. But legitimately, that Washington pick could very well be the first. Even if it's not a first, right? If it's the second round pick, I can use that combined with other picks I already have or a player I'm getting rid of to get the first overall pick anyway. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I don't have to worry about saving this episode, by the way. Yeah, I'm good to go. I am good to go. We're not losing shit. We're not losing shit. I mean, it's saved straight to Twitch, so I'm good. I mean, unless Twitch like heavily glitches out or something like that, in which case, then hey, you guys would have got a front row seat to a lost episode. So there you go. There you go. Anyway, let's take a look at the team that we have at the moment. Of course, for unsigned players, actually, hold on. For unsigned players, we only had those 3 Canadians, right? But I do want to double check their progress. I do want to double check. Are any of them going to be not AHL worthy? They're not eligible. NHL worthy on the 4th line. Are they going to be eligible? That is the question. Unsigned players. I mean, you could argue that we could put Ronning on the 3rd pairing defense because that's going to change. Paris and Bordlow could be on the 4th line. There's a good chance all 3 of them get signed. There's a really good chance all 3 of them get signed. Now, what I will do, as was just mentioned in the comments, I am going to save the episode itself. I'm not worried about like the PC or the actual file. I'm worried about the game deciding to just be like, hey, fuck you. So we will save the episode really quick. Yeah, we're not going to risk that. I mean, it's been pretty much, not a full season, but there we go. There we go. Also, swig of water, man. I'm still dying in here. Man, it's been almost 5 hours. God damn it. I still haven't, man, how long are these episodes going to be? Holy shit. It's been almost a 5-hour stream, and I still have to record Nation United, which, then again, do I even want to? But the good news is Van Kadishin is up to an 86, which is nice. And so what we'll do here is Atonovich will be traded. We'll have Dundas and Niemi as the pairing with Scrimes as the 5th goalie, the depth goalie, in case of injury. So really quick, before I do anything else, let's go trade Atonovich. I believe he was a fringe starter player, which is pretty damn good. But still, we'll be able to get something else back in return, get some more draft picks that'll be used to get more first-round picks. We have the champion tag on the trade screen. Imagine that. Bolarese is an 82. So there you go. There's your little bit of a spoiler. Bolarese is an 82. By the way, McCann's up to an 89. My God. But, yeah, we don't have to... we have to get rid of them. I'm not getting rid of Dahlin. I'm not getting rid of Haig. And they were our best pairing last year. Dundas is still just a 57. But that's okay. And Atonovich, you have to go. You are a good goaltender, but you have to go. We'll trade you to Washington as well. Griffins don't need a cup. Well, they're probably going to get a cup anyway. They're probably going to get another cup anyway. Now, Washington would have too many goalies. St. Louis? Wow, St. Louis is listed as a contender, even though they were shit last year. St. Louis would have too many goalies. How about Pittsburgh? I already have all of your picks, pretty much. How about your 2nd-round pick next year, though? Nope. Holy shit. All right, so at this point, I just have to trade him to wherever works. I'm looking primarily in the Western Conference. How about the Minnesota Wild? Nope, that's not going to go through, at least not for a second. How about LA? They want to trade that second, so that might... It's going to be close. That won't go through straight up, but... Oh, let's see. If I use our 2nd-round pick next year, that should go through. Obviously, obviously that's, a risky pick. But our 2nd-round picks are going to be worth nothing the second I start simming into the season. They're going to be worth nothing. Unless something, just disastrous happens, we're going to have another really good team, So, we're fine. We are fine. Let's go ahead. And, let's get the rest of the team set up. So, defense. So, Perron and Wisniewski are both listed as, oh, wow. Yeah, so we're going to have, all right, so Cowan and Comrie are both depth guys. All right, so on defense, we already have some decisions to make. Again, Gary McCann has to be traded. We have Perron and Wisniewski. Wisniewski, who deserves it. Perron isn't terrible, and he is a right-handed shot. Listed as a depth guy. He's not going to get any better, though. But we have Comrie. That's right, we have Comrie, who has to be there. So I'm thinking Comrie and Wisniewski, who was the AHL Defenseman of the Year. Because that's the thing. With Dahlin and Haig, right? Actually, oh, fuck me. Haig went up to top 2. I was going to say, with Dahlin and Haig, they weren't a threat of jumping up to a top 2 defenseman. Now they are, though. But with Haig, I think we're okay. He's the captain. He's the leader on the penalty kill. I think we'll be fine, right? But I don't think I can manage to keep Gary McCann happy on the third pairing. I just don't think that's possible. I don't know. I could try, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I think he's too good. I mean, I could someone just mentioned trade Ekblad. I could. The top pairing would then be Hronik and Haig, and we'd have Dahl with McCann. So I could get rid of Aaron Ekblad. Not that I want to. I mean, yeah, the cap hit's a bit much, but yeah, maybe now's the time to get rid of Aaron Ekblad. The problem is, who the hell do I trade him for? There's nobody of equal value. But yeah, I guess Nick Hague's going to graduate to that top 2. Son of a bitch. Well, it looks like we might be getting that guy from Washington because I don't know who else I can use Aaron Ekblad to get. That's the problem, man. At this point, in the AHL defense, here's the thing. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, there's probably another 20 minutes to go before this episode's over because I have a lot of trades I have to make. A lot of trades. The AHL defense is a mess right now. So, but here's the problem. Most of the star skaters or, the star players in the league, they're already here. That's the problem. They're already on the team. So there's nobody else I can really afford to get. I mean, here's the thing, too. I got to think of cap space, right? I need to send him to a team that isn't over on the cap, and that's going to be really tough right now because I don't want to take anybody back. So LA is looking like a destination. The problem is, do they have anybody worth picking up? Panarin, Ratcliffe, no. Tunney, who they just drafted. That would be our target. Tunney would be the target, and maybe Dubois. So, damn. Here's the thing, man. I mean, Ekblad has full trade value, right? So I could try to get someone fair return for him. But, alright, yeah, hold on. We got to take a look. We got to take a look at the entire team. Because if we trade Ekblad, it has to be for a good player, and then that could take away a forward spot from somebody. So we gotta do this, smart and safe. We gotta play it safe here so that we don't do something that we're going to regret. So, forwards is the first thing I'm going to look at here. Now, you 3 can be sent down immediately because we do have other players that we have to call up. So, I'd really like to get Hamel at the NHL level because he's an elite player. Burkhoff wouldn't be terrible, and of course, Boulerice needs to be called up as well. Which means Selleck and Stewart. Selleck is listed as a minor league scoring forward now. But, I mean, man, that's tough. So let's see. If I do that, what are we looking like here? They're both listed as minor league scoring forwards. Let me take a look. Selleck's medium top 6. And we still have a Cavalier who's an elite player. Right. So here's the thing, right? Boulerice has to be there. Boulerice has to be there. So let me take a look at the best lines. And we'll figure this out. So, wow, Cole Lind went up to a 90. I might not be able to keep him happy as a third pairing penalty killer either. Perreault's a third line guy. Lilya's a fourth line guy. Desbiens and Donaghy's still a third line guy. Okay. So let's move up Desbiens. We have Cole Lind. Benoit Giroux dropped. He's still a third line guy though. And Hamel, Boulerice, and Lilya are all fourth line guys. Oh, man. So, I could afford to get, one extra big-time forward, I think. I mean, obviously, everyone's going to be saying play Boulerice on the second line, right? So, obviously, that's going to be the number one request. Which means odds are Perreault has to leave, because we do want that third line to be a shutdown line still. And then the fourth line could be Lilya, Hamel, and Selleck. Or LeCavalier, for that matter, or one of the unsigned Canadians that we have at the moment. So, man, this is a tough situation. I love it, but this is a tough situation. But it is pretty much universally agreed that Boulerice is going to have to be on the second line. If not, Boulerice is on the fourth line. Regardless, Perreault is screwed. Perreault is leaving the team, which really sucks. because he's a really good player and is good enough to be on the second line. But people would just be like, oh, you have to play Boulerice higher than the fourth line. Marcel Hamel wouldn't be awful. Like, he's not the best player. And then down in the AHL, I mean, Selleck's not terrible, but Hamel does have the elite potential at 21 years old. So the only way that Jean Perreault stays is if we go with these exact lineup, right? We go with this exact lineup. That's the only way Perreault stays, and he is looking like a beast of a player, especially with that 90 offensive awareness. And of course, we still have Vic Marsh, which, I mean, Jesus, a lot of people are probably like, oh, trade Vic Marsh and have Boulerice there. So that's the question. And then the matter is, can we keep Haig happy as a second line guy? On defense, I really don't think we could keep Gary McCann happy. This is tough. Let me go look around the league really quick. Not the most exciting thing to do, to sort through everybody. But we have to do it, and we have to see who's available. Yes, people, I see you fucking saying McDavid. My God. Fucking hell. I told you the entire time I'm reading the chat. I just might not be commenting back or mentioning follows, which there have been like 50 some odd fucking follows since the last time I mentioned it. And thank you all for that. But let me scroll through the teams here. Something like Wild doesn't fit. That's the thing, man. It's like I don't need really good players. I just need the prospects to replace them. The really good players, I already have the next batch of really good players. And then when those guys are really good, we draft the future that replaces them. That's the cycle. My strategy hasn't typically been, get the really good players now. Like I tend to build through the draft. Like Vauclair, we can't use. Anybody on the Bruins? I mean, the only guy I can think of right now is the dude on Washington, the grinder that was just drafted. He's the only guy that I know of that fits what I'm looking for, who is not already on the team. So Carolina, nobody. My God. Columbus, nobody. Again, they have some good players, but nobody that I'm looking for. We are looking for high-end prospects, and it's not looking too good. The Caps legitimately might have the only guy that I want. They might have the only guy that I want. Tommy Hagman, yeah, no thank you. No thank you. I'm looking for those prospects, man. And I'm not finding them at all. At all. Oh my God. Dallas, nobody. Shit. Edmonton. There's Connor McDavid, 99 overall. To be honest, I'd have to give up a shitload to get McDavid. I could. I mean, it would take Aaron Ekblad. I could easily get McDavid, right? I could easily do it. But that would result in me probably trading Vic Marsh, which I don't know if I want to give up on Vic Marsh just yet. But then again, if you consider getting Connor McDavid. But look at now, see, you guys bitched at me for having Taylor Hall on $9 million, but then McDavid for 12. I mean, I know how good, I mean, that's the thing. Hall and McDavid put up similar points. There's no way. There is no way I am paying $3 million more for Connor McDavid when he and fucking Taylor Hall put up the same point total. That's insane. There has to be another option here. I mean, so far McDavid's the only option, but still. And then you have to factor in, how long are we going to be able to keep McDavid before I have to trade him away because there are other players that, are getting better and need the cap space. So, yeah. I mean, Tunney on LA is looking like the only other guy right now, but still, it's not great. I mean, right now, as it stands, McDavid and the guy on Washington, the grinder, are the only options as far as trying to trade people away. There is Edmonds on Montreal. High top six potential, Kenny Edmonds, but still, I mean, compared to like trading away Ekblad, that's not exactly worth it. Is there anybody else? I have to look through every team here. I have to do my due diligence. Wow, the Nashville Predators suck. They really do. The New York Islanders. They have Sylvan, who we don't need. We knew he'd turn into a beast. But I chose guys like Hronik and Haig over him. Which, say what you want if that was the right decision or not. It's looking like it might not have been, to be honest. Although we have won cups since we've traded Rollo. So, I don't know. Maybe I should have kept him. But then again, I don't even want to trade trade Ekblad as it stands. I'm just taking a look as to see if there's anybody worth fair value. And to be honest, I'm thinking Boleris is going to be on the fourth line this year, which is still better than what his assigned player role is, and he'll still improve, and he's going to be playing with offensive-based players. He should still do fine. Is it going to stunt his development a little bit because he's not on the second line? Sure, but, I mean, it would be for one season. It would be for one season, and then next year we end up probably trading Perreault or not Boleris, but Marsh anyway. Decisions, and yeah, the only guy worth getting here, as Carl Grundstrom apparently hit an 89 overall. Wish you would have done that in Nation United, pal. Wish you would have done that then, but you didn't, because you're a dick. Helmerson. Damn. Another former first overall pick of ours. Again, could have been nice keeping him. We've had way too many options anyway. And last but not least is Washington. So yeah, we are pretty much locked in to what we are at the moment. I didn't mean to go back to proposed trade. Shit. All right, let me go to manage roster again. I think I'm going to keep Boleris on the fourth line, dude. And Dudette, potentially. I think that's the move. We give Jean Perreault a chance. Like, could I get somebody better than Perreault for the second line? Obviously. But, damn, man, what do I do? I could trade Ekblad and Perreault for McDavid. Drop Vic Marsh down to the second line and see if I can keep Vic Marsh happy. I have to make a move. I mean, it's Ekblad or McCann that gets traded here. I mean, like I said, you could argue even, using McCann to get back Sylvan or anything like that. But then again, McCann is top 4, so that would fit in. Hold on, I'm on the wrong roster. I mean, Perreault is going to be a decent player. He's going to be a point scorer. And we got him for free, if I remember right. Philly just let him go. I don't even recall trading for him. I think Aaron Ekblad has to go. And I think Perreault has to go. Which means we are going to take the risk. As crazy as this is. Here, can I even throw Stewart onto the deal? Because he's not going to get any better. And then, yeah, McCann. So it would be Ekblad. Haig, Hronik, Dahl, and McCann is the top 6. Or the top 4. Edmonton would have too many skaters. What if I take off Stewart? Fuck, they can't even afford to take Perreault. Oh my god. How much salary can I get them to retain on McDavid? How much salary can I get them to retain on Connor McDavid? He is the only guy that has fair value to Aaron Ekblad. He's the only guy. Man, there's no way. Like, I want to keep Ekblad, but that would mean getting rid of McCann. And that would also mean trying to keep Nick Hague happy on the second pairing as a penalty killer. This is ridiculous. You know what? I just want to see what they'll say straight up to that. What do you say straight up to it? No. Okay. Well, hey, it was worth a shot. So, they can't take any other players, unfortunately. But we do have picks to work with, right? We do have picks to work with. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this deal to go through. They want Ekblad, but they don't want to trade McDavid. Holy fuck, it's going to go through. Oh my god. Ekblad in 2 seconds for Connor McDavid at $6 million. Oh my god. I have to do it. McDavid at $6 million for 4 years? Are you fucking kidding me? I never thought that would work. Oh my god. I have to. I fucking have to do this trade. There's no way. There's no way I can't now. I have no excuse. So Ekblad goes, McCann stays, we drop Marsh to the second line, and we see if Vic Marsh will stay happy. If Marsh complains about being on the second line, then we trade him, and that makes room for Boulerice on the second line. What the fuck happened to this series? This series started off with me getting shafted on a trade for Henrik Zetterberg because I let the AI decide what team I was trading him to. That's how this series started. And now there's a chance of me, however many seasons later, doing this trade, which it was unrealistic to get Aaron Ekblad anyway. What the fuck? But then again, if anyone was still banking on realism in this series, boy, I don't know what the hell you were expecting. Can I be a bit stingy here? And not give up 2 seconds? Oh my god. I'm going to try to nickel and dime the Oilers while taking Connor McDavid from them. What the fuck? Alright, no, I might still have to do the second round pick, which is fine. Oh my god. I almost feel bad about potentially doing this trade, but I mean, what the hell? I don't want to. Like, I want to keep Ekblad, but also losing McCann kind of sucks. Fuck. They rejected. Okay, so it would take the second round pick, most likely. Dude. Oh my god. This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. I'm trying to get away with having to not give up the second rounder. But I'm probably going to have to. What the hell? Yeah, I'm going to have to give up the second round pick. Whatever. Whatever. Although in fairness, that Chicago second is going to be really good. Can I get the Edmonton third back for it? Wow. Oh my god, guys, this is stupid. This is so dumb. Don't think I don't realize the absurdity of it. Connor McDavid's a Detroit Red Wing. What the fuck? I only even attempted that to appease the people in chat. And it fucking went through. What the fuck? And we're still not done figuring out this lineup. We have Hronek, we have Haig, we have Dahlin, we have McCann. And then I don't even think I want Wisniewski. Like, Wisniewski's been a great player. But here's the thing, man. With McDavid, I had no choice. $6 million for a 99 overall player. I couldn't turn it down. I couldn't. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, somebody take a screenshot of that. What the fuck? Oh my god. And again, the team still hasn't been completely sorted out. I need to figure out the defense. Yeah, I really need to figure out the defense here because Wisniewski's not bad, but I think oh my god. How does this happen? Like, everyone's like, oh, what do you do to fucking get your franchise modes like this? I don't fucking know, man. These deals just fall into my lap. It was literally Aaron Ekblad and 2 second-round picks for McDavid where they retained half of his fucking salary. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Alright, well, hold on. Okay, I need to focus here because, man, this is going to be like a 2-hour episode. What the fuck? So, defense, I want to see if Ronning's good enough for third pairing. Right? So, that means Wisniewski has to go. Perron probably has to go. Like, all the good AHL players, unfortunately, have to go. But I do want to try to sign Ronning. So, we're going to have those 2 young Canadian fucking all-stars coming up on the third pairing. They're not going to be that great starting off, but what the hell, man? This series is ridiculous. I don't understand how it turned into this. I mean, I always mention back to like the Darnell Nurse, being able to sign him away from Edmonton, and then Taylor Hall ended up being a free agent and shit like that, but unbelievable. And still, this team isn't set. The goaltending's set because we traded Ian Scott. The defense is set now. At the NHL level, at least. At the AHL level, it's not set. I still have to trade some players, I believe, to get things set up properly. So, God, let me see here. That means Perreault needs to be sent down, just so that I remember he's not on the team. Wisniewski needs to be sent down. So, yeah, the NHL is set. I mean, allow me to give you a look at what I'm going to be rolling with for the NHL Lions this season. And who's the better center here? It's going to be McDavid. Absolutely. So, the lines this season are fucking absurd. And here, we'll have Vic Marsh on the left. This is ridiculous. This is the forward line this season. Top line, Nico Hischier, Connor McDavid, Owen Tippett. Second line of Vic Marsh. Again, he will have power play time to try and keep him happy. Stuart Pasquale, who will also have power play time. I didn't even notice he jumped up to a first line guy as well, so that could be a problem. And then Marcel Desbiens. In the future, Marsh and Pasquale get traded. Marsh and Pasquale have to get traded because Hischier and Tippett aren't going anywhere. And now we have Connor McDavid for 4 years at $6 million. So, yeah, Pasquale and Marsh are going to be traded. Basically, whenever Hamel, Boulerice, and Lilia, whoever's ready first, and they'll join Desbiens on the second line. I mean, you could say just trade Marsh and Pasquale now, I guess. But why? We have this team put together. These guys are good on the fourth line. Let's go for the cup. Third line, you have Kevin Donaghy, Benoit Giroux, and Cole Lind. Again, Cole Lind should hopefully be okay with the penalty kill time. And then the fourth line, that's Donaghy. I'm like, oh fuck, Hamel went up. It didn't click down the extra time. We have Marcel Hamel with Boulerice and Magnus Lilia. So most people are probably going to be upset that Boulerice is, on the fourth line, but he's at least there, right? He is at least there. And as far as switching Hamel and Lilia, I'm not going to do that. I know that their left wing, right wing is mixed up, but their handedness is also mixed up, so I'm going to keep them where they are. I have them set up that way for a reason. Then on defense, we have Haig and Hronik, which I'm intrigued to see how well they work together, because Dahlin and Hronik, or Dahlin and Haig, were a tremendous pairing. Who has the better shot here? That would be Dahlin. So then we have McCann and Dahlin, and then the third pairing is Comrie and Ronning, which means in the future, Gary McCann will be traded when Toby Comrie is ready to go, which will probably be next year. I mean, he's only listed as the depth guy now. Throughout this season, he should turn into a legitimate top 6 defenseman. But, yeah, for the moment, I'm keeping this team together. Like I said, some people might complain about Sam Boulerice being on the fourth line. It's fine. You can't tell me he's not going to put up points with Lilia and Hamel. And if he doesn't, whatever. He's still going to develop. He's a 19-year-old franchise-level player. Is he going to develop more quickly? Maybe. If I were to... I mean, hell, you could just say, trade Pasquale or Marsh and have that be fine and call it Boulerice. I'm going to keep the team together for the moment, though. At the end of the day, the goal is to win the cup. And we're set up pretty damn well to do that. And, of course, the goaltending. Thatcher Demko is a huge question mark heading into the season. He won the Vezina last year and then absolutely blew it in the postseason. We'll see what he can do. Again, if he struggles, I'll find a different goalie. Venkateshin, though, is a very, very strong backup. But the problem is the AHL is hardly set. Like, we are not exactly good to go. We need to figure that out really quick, and hopefully as quickly as possible, so I can get this episode done at a somewhat convenient time. This episode's well over an hour at this point. Not even close. I mean, it's probably closer to 2 hours than an hour. But, yeah. So the 2 unsigned Canadians that I still have aren't going to make the lineup. Although, you could argue, God damn it, do I trade Marsh and Pascale? Because if I trade Marsh and Pascale right now, I can get Paris and Bordelot onto the 4th line. Fuck. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know, man, because these guys are both going to turn into pretty damn solid players. Fuck. Oh, I don't know what to do. This team is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. So let's see. If I were to trade, I can't believe I'm even considering this. If I were to trade Marsh and Pascale, my second line would be Davian, Boulerice, and then Hamel. Because Lilya's listed as a 4th line guy. Right? So Lilya's listed as a 4th line guy. And that way I could get both of those unsigned guys onto the team. Holy shit. This is the most ridiculous episode of one of my series I've ever had. Do I really leave those 2 guys unsigned? Or do I sign them and have them on the AHL? I think I gotta have 1 year of Marsh and Pascale. I don't think the time's right to sign them. I don't think the time is right to sign them. I mean, I want to, and obviously that'll help their development. But overall, I don't think it's the right call yet, to be fair. I mean, it could work, but also we kind of want to win a cup this year. I don't know, man. I don't think we could go wrong either way, right? It's just a matter of, do we want Boulerice on the second line? That's the only way to do it. I mean, if we're going to trade one, I might as well trade both of Marsh and Pascale. Do we want Boulerice on the first line? And as it is, both Marsh and Pascale will have to be traded eventually. But for now, I'll come back to that. But AHL defense is something we have to figure out right now. So let's see. Who are the priorities here? The absolute priorities. DeRozier is the top priority. Is there anybody else? Recchi absolutely needs playing time. Galchenyuk needs that playing time. So we got Galch. Who else do we have? Reich isn't terrible. Scarlett's medium top 4. He is an enforcer, but still I want to get him some proper time. And then I can afford to have 2 other really solid players. Wisniewski has to go. Unfortunately, again, he just won AHL Defender of the Year last time. That has to go. He has to go. Perron and Cowan will probably be traded as well, just because they're not going to really develop much. Which means, who are we left with? We're left with Dodge. We're left with Dmitriev. We are left with Nurmi. And Reich. So that would be it. That would be our 8 defensemen. All right, so Wisniewski, Perron, and Cowan have to be traded, unfortunately. Let's go do that really quick. Let's trade those 3 defensemen. I could technically keep Perron and Cowan and just trade Dodge and Nurmi, to be honest. Which honestly might not be the worst idea. But Wisniewski has to go for sure. Dodge, Dmitriev, or Nurmi. Let me take a look at values. I'll decide that way. I will decide that way. So, lowest values, Dmitriev is going. Dodge is going. Actually, hold on. I guess it's going to be Dmitriev. Again, Wisniewski has to go, unfortunately. And then Nurmi has a bit more value. It's going to be Dodge. That is the odd man out. All right. Let's get rid of these 3. Do I have? Yep, I can send them to Boston, hopefully. Not that I want to send them to a division rival, though. Is there anybody else I can send them to? Calgary would be perfect. The Flames would be perfect. What can we get from the Calgary Flames, a first-round pick. Not as if we need it, but that's going to be possible. First and third, not quite. Just the first. I'm all right with that. Who cares? Who cares at this stage? Just the first for those trio of players. And then let's see. That means on defense we should have 8 players. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Oh, the Edmonton Oilers for being so dumb. But there we go. That will be the team this season with Nurmi and Reich most likely as the scratched players. And then forwards, this whole clusterfuck. Again, Perreault has to be traded, which is fine. God, how many guys do we have signed here? Quite a few. I need an exact count, though. So Prince is 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Well, we have 15 guys, actually, which is the perfect number. The problem is Perreault has to be traded. So, who are we going to trade him for? Actually, 15 is the perfect number. We can go with 14, though. So, Perreault is our last trade unless we decide to have another blockbuster deal with getting rid of Pascale. Because that's the thing. Like, if I get rid of Pascale or Marsh, it's to make room for Boulerice on the second line. You know? It's to make... Well, then again, yeah, actually... Fuck. Alright, so if I trade Pascale and Marsh, it would be Perreault, Boulerice, and Desbiens on the second line. And then fourth line center, it wouldn't... Oh wait, would that be what it is? Hold on, let me double check. I think I'm not thinking properly. I know Boulerice is a center, but he doesn't have to play there. So, hold on. Fucking hell. Let me take a look at the team again. And then damn it, we gotta finish up this episode because this has been absolutely absurd. We do have a 100 rated offense, though, while it's set up the way it is. So if I trade Marsh and Pascale, I mean, or just one of them. If I were to just trade one of them, if I were to trade Pascale, I could get Marsh onto his proper side, call up Boulerice, and then, but then again, no, I don't want Perreault on the fourth line. That's the problem. So I'm thinking Perreault's gonna leave. Perreault is gonna leave because I'd have to go out and acquire another guy for the second line, unless I were to just bump up Cole Lind. And then again, we could call up Cam Selleck and play him on the fourth line. Fuck. Do we get rid of Pascale and Marsh? God damn. That's the decision right now that has to be made. Pascale and Marsh, do we get rid of them? In which case I would have to... I wouldn't even call up Selleck. I'd go and sign one of the... I'd go and sign the AHL, or not the AHL, the unsigned Canadian that can't be assigned to the AHL. Is it worth potentially tanking this season to get Boulerice that extra ice time? That is the question. Man, they're going to have to be traded eventually, too, though. They're going to have to be traded eventually. And I can't say I'm looking forward to have this year potentially being a down year. Is that too much to give up? Because Boulerice is going to turn into a great player regardless. Like I said, though, Pascale and Marsh both have to go. Especially now that we have McDavid for that top line. Fucking hell. Because they're both first-line guys now, so they're not going to be able to stay. Desbien's locked in on the second line. We have LeCavalier coming up the pipeline. Boulerice is going to be a second-line guy. Lilia is going to be a second-line guy. Hammel's going to be pushing for a second-line spot. They have to go eventually. It just is now the right time. Pascale and Marsh. And, I mean, the main guy to get would be from the would be that grinder on Washington. I just want to take a look. Oh, man. I'm going to have to trade them eventually, man. If not this season, next season, I would have to trade them. I would have to. If we were to get Ham Hughes, and I don't think I'd want anybody else. So it would just be Ham Hughes. I already have their first round pick this year, of course. Let me how much could I possibly get from them for this trade? If that goes through, I'd be willing to do it. Oh, man. Fuck. And it's basically 2 first-round picks and then a ton of seconds that I could easily turn into more firsts. Because that's still pretty imbalanced. I already have their first-round pick this year. What about the first-round pick down the road and then the one the year after? If that goes through, I'm willing to do this. It didn't. Okay. I'm not surprised, obviously. What if I have 2 first-round picks and then go seconds? Let's go with their own in Pittsburgh. Will that go through? No, it won't, but I feel like it might be close. I can't believe I'm even considering doing this, man. Marsh and Pascale. Will that go through? Still no. I guarantee I can't get 2 first-round picks out of this, but it's still worth trying. Fuck, man. I'm just trying to think, like, is the contention now worth it, or is it worth giving Boulerice that time? You know what? Now's not the right time. Now's not the right time. We're keeping him for 1 more year. We're going for the cup. It's not the right time. It just doesn't feel like the right trade. I'm not doing it. We're going to get rid of Perreault, which sucks, but still, he's going to go. Let's go, where do we want to send him? Looking for Western Conference. Calgary doesn't have the cap space, but they don't really need it. They don't really need it. Their first round pick next year. Will that go through for Perreault? No, it won't, but it's close. I'll try the 4th round pick next year. Will that go through? Yes, it will. Jean Perreault is off to Calgary. This team is pretty much set. As again, it might hinder the development of, I mean, you could say maybe, I mean, would he progress better on the, on the first line or on the second line? Maybe. But it's like, man, you look at what this team is right now. It is absolutely insane. And to say we're cup contenders heading into this year is a goddamn understatement. Like I said, Marsh and Pascale will have to be traded eventually because Hischier's a face of this team, Tippett is a face of this team, and McDavid's here. I mean, the only time eventually, Hischier, McDavid, or Tippett's going to have to go because we have Boulerice. So, eventually. But yeah, this team is so well set up at the moment. I mean, with the exception of having Ronning and Comrie as the third pairing, but Ronning deserves a chance to progress. And then, of course, Thatcher Demko is the really big question mark. Down in the AHL, of course, we have Niemi as the backup. We're going to take out Scrimes, though, for our franchise-level goalie, Stan Dundas. Or Dundas. I'm going to call him Dundas because it's funny. Whew. And then the defense. The defense. We kept Cowan and Perron. Recchi absolutely needs to play. DeRozier needs to play. And then it was Gauch. And then Nurmi will probably be the sacrifice here to get Scarlett. I know he's an enforcer, but I want to see what he can become. We'll get him into the team. And to be honest, we'll just have the good top pairing of Cowan and Perron because I want this team to be competitive as well. So we'll have Recchi and DeRozier's, Scarlett, and Galchenyuk. So Galchenyuk, he's already a defensive D-man. We will see what Nolan Scarlett can do as he gets proper ice time this year. And that team's still looking so damn good. And then offensively, I need to set this up with the best potentials. So we'll look at age first. The fact that I've held on to Kelly Chow is fucking hilarious. Marshall Stewart's also 24. Anybody else up there? Selleck is 23. Anybody else up there in terms of age? Bunch of 22-year-olds. 22 medium top 9. Is there anybody worse than that? 22 medium top 9. All right. So we have the top line the way I want it. So right there, Kelly Chow is the first one that we are going to look to get rid of. Or not get rid of, but to see if he can be a healthy scratch. Is there anybody I need to get into the lineup? Not Black, not Jokinen, but at least Enroth. So Jokinen's an AHL level guy too, so we'll bring in Enroth. And then from there, unfortunately, we'll drop Cam Selleck by a little bit. 21, 22. Anybody that's 22 needs to be dropped because we do want to get players some proper ice time. I just need to get these lines set up. But all right, so good. Copeland is good to go there. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know, with the AHL squad. I mean, I do still have the decent top pairing. Although, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just drop them because I'm not worried about their development. So right now, it's about just getting. Right now, it's about just getting these teams, the players the proper ice time, and then if they make the playoffs, get everybody their, just get the best team possible. But let's see here. Who is the best center? That would be Salvador. Let's play Enroth over here. On the third line, again, we don't have a righty, but that is okay. Who is the better center between these two? It's Tokarski. And then obviously Selleck is going to be the guy. Holy shit. The teams are set. Here we go, guys. Here's what we're looking at. This is the new team heading into next season. I still can't believe it. We have Nico Hischier, Connor McDavid, and Owen Tippett as the top line. I'll take care of the power play units and stuff, off screen. Vic Marsh with Stuart Pascale and Marcel Desbiens. Kevin Donaghy, Benoit Garou, and Cole Lind as the third-line defensive shutdown setup. Marcel Hamel is with Sam Boleries and Magnus Lilia. Again, we have those two unsigned Canadian forwards that we just can't do anything with at the moment. It's not the right time to get rid of Pascale and Marsh, but they will be a part of this lineup very, very soon, probably next season. On defense, Nick Hague with Philip Hronek, Gary McCann with Rasmus Dahlin, Zach Ronning with Toby Comrie. The goaltender for the moment, Thatcher Demko. Next episode is going to be ridiculous. Can he turn it around? He went from winning the Vezina to nearly single-handedly being the reason. I mean, Marsh and Hagman struggling was a big part, but the goaltending struggles last year were the reason we were kicked out of the playoffs in the second round. We have Harold Van Kadishin now as the backup, of course. I mean, he used to be the talk of the town, 6th overall pick, medium elite goaltender. But his spotlight has been stolen by one Stan Dundas, the 1st overall pick, the franchise-level goalie. We'll see what happens and what kind of progression we get with him. The game might put in the Emmy by default, but he is guaranteed to get some ice time. And even being the backup-level goalie, he will develop. Offensively, you still have good prospects in Christopher Burkhoff, Rene Lecavalier, and Ken Copeland, Enroth, and then from there you kind of dip down a little bit with the forwards, but we do at least have some defensive depth. We do have defensive depth, but we definitely have some offensive depth as well. And then on defense, Louis DeRoziers with Justin Recchi, 2 elite-level prospects. And then you have 2 top 4-level prospects, Gabriel Galchenyuk, and the enforcer, Nolan Scarlett with Cowan, and Perron as the defensive depth. Holy shit. I think this episode has finally come to an end. From being eliminated in the postseason, to drafting a franchise-level goalie, trading for Connor McDavid, which is still ridiculous. And even then, losing Ekblad, our defense should still be fine, right? Now, we don't have a 94 player on defense anymore, but, you know, our lowest guy in the top 4 is now an 89 instead of a 90, and we happen to add a 99 overall player for $6 million over 4 seasons, mind you, which just makes no sense. Guys, I have to end this episode here. Of course, if you are live with me here on Twitch, don't worry, I'm not yet going anywhere. But for those watching this later on YouTube, I thank you very much for watching. So as always, if you did enjoy, hit that like button to make sure that you never miss a video. If you made it through this goddamn marathon, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Join the notification squad. Follow me on Twitter at Tukey24 and twitch.tv/Tukey24. I'll see you guys next time where who the fuck knows what's going to happen with this team.